Oh, boy. That was bad. But the good news is, you didn't have to waste much of your Sunday. Because except for the people who were at the ball game, and my God, I feel for you. The Jays were down 6-0 after the first. Chris Bassitt, you wasn't any good. Meatball after meatball after meatball. And you're down 6-0 before your team can pick up the bats. And the Jays' offense yesterday was pretty pathetic. And even in this series overall, they haven't been any good. However, putting yourself in a 6-0 hole in the top of the first inning, regardless of the team that you have, is not a recipe for a victory. And you know Bassitt was angry. You know the team wasn't pleased with the mistakes, right? It was no good. He was absolutely no good in that inning. And it all started in the very first batter of the ball game. I'm not going to break down everything that happened in that inning, but Lawrence Butler, right? Bassitt gets ahead 0-2 and throws from a meatball cutter for a double. 0-2. And it just kind of spiraled out of control from there. It really did. Now the Jays, he has about an RBI single to J.J. Bleday in the top of the fourth to make it 7-0. Dalton Varsho off a lefty, J.P. Sears, who was great this afternoon, takes him deep to right. Hey, it's a home run for Dalton Varsho. Homer number 14 on the season for him, so good on him for that. Also had a single later on in the game, then got plunked by a pitch. Don't know how he's okay, but he is. And you're 7-1, fine. Top of the sixth inning, Brent Rooker doing what he does best. Damage to the Blue Jays. Hits an RBI double, making it 8-1. And the Blue Jays, again, make it interesting in the bottom half of the eighth inning, right? Luis De Los Santos gets his first big league hit, and it's a double scoring Spencer Horowitz. Then George Springer hits a 2-run single, making it 8-4. And you're like, okay. And George Springer's at first with only one out. Then Dalton Varsho gets hit, and you're like, Vladdy's at the plate now. God forbid he goes deep. It's a one-run game. And then in ground ball double play and the inning is over, and any sort of idea you had of coming back in this game was gone right then and there. It was no fun to watch. Let's be honest here. George Springer went 1 for 4, had a couple RBIs, so good on him. Dalton Varsho had a good day, 2 for 3 with a run scored, an RBI, a home run, got plunked as well, so not great there, I guess. And unfortunately, one of the only reasons to watch the Blue Jays right now is Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and the hit streak is over. 22 games, and it's done. You lose 4. He goes 0 for 4 in the ball game. And, you had 2 hits from Varsho in the number 2 hole. 1 from Springer. And Luis De Los Santos, that wasn't his first hit. That was his second hit in the big leagues. He had one earlier on in the ball game. He went 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. So good on him for that in the 9 hole. That's it. 5 hits total for the Toronto Blue Jays, 5 strikeouts. They walked 3 times. They weren't any good today, as per usual, right? These 3 games, they scored, 4 today? That was their series high. They scored 4 today, 3 in game 1, and then they put up a goose egg yesterday. It's no fun. And you lose the series to the Oakland Athletics. Just going to leave that there. Pitching-wise, as we mentioned, Chris Bassitt was no good. 4 innings pitched, 8 hits, 7 runs, all of which were earned, 5 strikeouts, walked 2, and allowed 2 bombs. Obviously, most of the damage was in that top half of the first inning. He just wasn't good enough, right? And Yarborough went 2 innings, allowed 3 hits, a run, a strikeout, and a walk. It was more or less just to eat a couple innings of work, and he did. Eric Swanson went a clean inning of work, and that's something to keep an eye on, I guess, moving forward, right? Eric Swanson, we all know how that horrific start to the season. And today he went a clean inning, allowed a hit, got a couple strikeouts, nothing more. And if you look at his game logs, when he came back, right, he pitched on May 27th against the Chicago White Sox, and he was bad there. Then he was gone, okay? And then he came back July 20th against the Detroit Tigers. That was the first time we saw Eric Swanson come back to the Toronto Blue Jays. Well, since that time, he has had 8 outings. He's allowed 1 run in those 8 outings. So that ERA went from 9.22 when he left the team on May 27th down to 6.33 after today's 0 that he put up. It's still not good. He put himself in a massive hole, but he has been much better recently. Look, how many walks does he have? Because I feel like that's been very minimal. 1 walk in his last 4 outings, and he's got 3 strikeouts. And he has 2 hits in his last 4 outings allowed. He's been much, much better. And it's something, I guess, to smile about, maybe. I don't know. There's not much at all. So that's that. And Tommy Nance. Gave you a couple innings of work out of the bullpen. Didn't allow any hits. Had a walk and a strikeout and nothing more. So good on him for that, to eat up some innings after Chris Bassitt only gave you 4. But that's it. I'm not going to sit here and try and spin positives because you just lost to the Oakland A's and there's nothing really positive about that. Now, Jays fans, we get the glorious opportunity after losing 2 out of 3 to the Oakland Athletics and a team in the Toronto Blue Jays who are not making the postseason. And they're sitting here 9 games under 500. Oh, no, excuse me. Is it 10 games? Yeah, I think it's 10 games under 500 at 54 and 63. And we got to go out west. Take on the Los Angeles Angels starting tomorrow night. 9:38 first pitch, and there's no afternoon games in this. 9:38, 9:38, 9:38, Jays fans. Get ready for some fun ones. And the teams that are playing aren't no good. But if you're the Toronto Blue Jays and you want to look at a scenario like this and be like, well, you can get a better draft pick. If that's how you want to look at things. The Angels are a team that are right on your heels. They won today over the Washington Nationals 6-4, and that picked up their 52nd win on the season. The Blue Jays only have 54 wins on the season. So with the loss today for the Toronto Blue Jays, that'll put them... I don't know if they have the Angels win. Do they? Hold on, let me clarify a couple things here. Okay, so they have the Angels win up there, but they don't have the Blue Jays. So with that being the case, the Blue Jays will only be 2 games ahead of the Los Angeles Angels. You have a 3-game series against them here. I don't know what the season series is against LA. Let me quickly try and find that for you. Unless they haven't come yet to Toronto. They come later on in the season for 4. So there you go. I don't know what else to say, though. It's going to be a rock fight. Both teams stink. We'll see what happens. Bowden Francis gets the ball for the Blue Jays tomorrow night. Looking to build off of his last outing against the Baltimore Orioles, where he was actually quite good. Who went 5 innings, let 3 hits, 2 runs, struck out 7 and only walked 1. He was great. Davis Daniel gets the ball for the Angels in Game 1 there tomorrow. And Game 2 is Kevin Gausman versus Carson Fulmer. And the finale is Jose Barrios versus Tyler Anderson, who has been ridiculously good this season. So that's all I got for you. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not the game, because it stunk, hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game, what you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and of course, TikTok is down below, so follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow night. Yeah, my stupid ass will be up. 9:38 first pitch, Jays, Angels in Anaheim against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Anyways, Bowden Francis gets the ball for the Jays. Davis Daniel gets the ball for the Angels in Game 1 tomorrow night. 9:38 first pitch. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not the game today. Talk to you guys then.